Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Reverend Kathy. Welcome to Unity North Spiritual Center here in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. We are an inclusive community. We welcome and accept all people. So whoever you are, wherever you are on your journey of faith, you're welcome here at Unity, and we're glad you're with us today. We're also part of a greater worldwide unity movement. We are the publishers of the Daily Word magazine, and we've been holding 134 years of prayer vigil through Silent Unity, the prayer ministry of the Unity movement. So prayer is the heart and soul of Unity. And we always have a prayer chaplain available to pray after service, and that is Wendy today. You want to wave a little higher there? Yeah, so she's available to pray right after service in person, or for those of you on Zoom, you can give her a call. And for about an hour or so after service, and she's available to pray with you by phone. And if you don't reach her, she'll call you back. So thank you, Wendy, for being available today. And also our production team today is Chris and Tracy. So let's give them a big hand. And our musician is supposed to be Judy Vinar, but Judy ended up in emergency this morning with some kind of stomach flu. And so unfortunately we don't have live music, but we have a potpourri of musicians that you will hear on speaker. A little bit of Karen Drucker, a little bit of Daniel Namath, and a little bit of Judy. So Judy will do our guest song still. So it will be interesting today. And so let's now say our vision and mission statement. Oh, I want to introduce our worship assistant today, Nola Bean. So thank you, Nola. And now we'll speak our vision and mission statements. Our vision first, centered in prayer, we create for all a world of love, harmony, and abundance. And our mission is celebrating spirit, exploring truths, awakening hearts, inspiring dreams, serving community. And if you note our values at the bottom, not in any special order, but they are our core foundational beliefs here at Unity North. And with that, I invite you to stand for our opening song. We don't have a song leader, but you'll hear the song leader online from the speaker.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Every day I say thank you for this day.
Well, thanks to Karen Drucker and the miracle of modern technology. You all look so radiant today. Thanks for showing up in spirit. My name is Noel Labine, and this is a time in the service when we greet one another. So please give a wave to everybody out there in Zoom land. And I don't know, the cameras are on both sides, so the front one, the camera up here now. And then please turn around, take a notice of who's here and anybody you want to wave at, or just no kissing and hugging, that's all. I know, it's disappointing, but it's a new rule. Okay, so if anyone is visiting us for the first time, we welcome you to our service. And if you're here in person and would like to know more about Unity, please see me, Reverend Kathy, or one of the ushers for more information about what goes on here. And if you're on Zoom and you're here for the first time, you can go to the chat box. That is not shown to the people in the congregation. It just goes right to the office, and you can ask any questions or seek any information you want. So we welcome you again, and it is our delight to have you all with us today. At this time, we take a moment for prayer requests. Let us prepare for prayer by taking a couple of breaths. Let's start by exhaling any release, stress, worry, and fear, and inhaling peace, love. One more time, exhale, stress, worry, and fear, and inhale peace and love and calmness. So instead of saying our request aloud, we invite you to speak a name or prayer request silently in the sanctuary or aloud in the comfort of your own home, and hold these requests in silence. And now Reverend Kathy has an added prayer.
So let's just add Judy Vinar, our musician for today, and just knowing that mighty currents of God's healing love move in and through her right now, making her whole and healthy. And we give thanks for rapid recovery, and also for Becky Oberlin, who is under the weather as well. So we send those same healing energies to her for a complete and quick recovery. And we say, thank you, God.
Yeah, and we give thanks in advance for answered prayers, and we say thank you, Mother, Father, God. Amen. So please stay centered for the daily word. The daily word for Sunday, February 16th is World Peace. I hold a vision of a peaceful world. The peace I wish to see in the world begins in my own heart. To call upon the peace within me and bring it into the world I use my spiritual gift of love to feel in harmony with all others. I use my power of imagination to envision the world filled with peace. And through my gift of will, I choose peaceful responses, no matter the circumstances. I envision God's healing, loving power enfolding the earth and all its people. As I claim this spiritual vision, my heart is lifted, and it's easier for me to perpetuate peace. This notion that others are holding the same vision of a peaceful world encourages and comforts me. I pray our shared goal of peace on earth touches every heart and mind in every corner of the globe. From Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3, those of steadfast mind you keep in peace because they trust in you. And now we will have a meditation song to prepare us for meditation. By Nancy.
Whoopsie daisy. I don't have Shirley the present.
That's okay.
But I have another, sorry, we're not very warmed up, but we'll be great. You want to just do that? Yeah. Why don't you? I'll just do meditation in between.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God.
So I invite you now to sit back,
When I started
close your
drinking warm
eyes,
water to help me lose weight, my
relax
friends
for
laughed at me.
meditation. Take several deep breaths, feeling a wave of relaxation move from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. As you say to yourself, I am completely and fully relaxed. No matter what challenges may be going on in my life, I can always access my gratitude. I open my eyes, ears, and heart to the blessings all around me. Rather than focus on moments of dramatic change, I focus instead on the slight, steady, constant flow of improvement in my life. In every circumstance, in each encounter, I find a small hidden blessing. I allow God to guide me into new eyes, clearer vision, the insight necessary to count and to encounter my abundance. My desire to see my abundant blessings gives me eyes to see. My desire to hear my blessings gives me ears to hear. The desire of my heart to encounter and explore my blessings opens my inner horizons to the expansive and beautiful. I choose to see and build upon the good of every moment. I consciously build a life of gratitude. Gratitude is life's magnet, attracting my good, especially as it is expressed in advance. Deep at the center of my being, there is an infinite well of gratitude. I am grateful for myself and for my body, for my ability to see and hear and feel and taste and touch. I'm grateful for my loved ones, my family, my friends, my spiritual community, my neighbors, all those who I come in contact with. I'm grateful for the unity movement of peace, love, and joy in the world, and the amazing teachings. And for this spiritual community. And I take a few moments in the silence now to send prayers of thanksgiving for my many blessings. I am grateful for the beauty and the many wonders of creation and the magnificent universe of which I am a part, for these gifts and the knowledge that I am blessed and I am a blessing. I say thank you, God, and so it is. Amen.
Sorry.
Well, imagine for a moment one of those nights when you can't get to sleep and you're tossing and turning. You know you have an important meeting to get to in the morning. And finally, after several hours of sleep, you drag yourself out of bed, you take a quick shower, and you head to that meeting without any breakfast, and you hit traffic all the way there. So many people would think that's the beginning of a rough day. Would you think it's a rough day? So many would say yes, but to answer no may be to recognize a gift that determines how we view our life. And that might be with an attitude of gratitude. For them, the situation described could be worse, might be much worse. For example, think of the man who does not have a bed, let alone a roof over his head. When he wakes from what little sleep he's able to get, it's by the rain falling on his cold body. He too stumbles to his feet and begins his journey to work in his bare feet. His work is in the field of survival. He searches through garbage cans for scraps of half-eaten food, to eat and odd bits of clothes to keep him warm. You know, we have so much to be grateful for. Even in times when it seems that nothing could be worse, there's always a reason to be grateful. And when we feel a sense of gratitude, we feel a sense of happiness and peace. And gratitude attracts even more good. There's a saying, I once was distraught because I had no shoes till I met a man who had no feet. You know, when I titled this lesson, Abundant Blessings, I was thinking today is our annual meeting day after the service, and it was an abundant year for us. And I thought, well, this would be a great theme to focus on. But then, as I began to write the talk, I thought about what's happening now in our country. People getting fired by the thousands, agencies being closed, financial aid withheld, people placed in mortal danger, leaders without experience put in strategic roles, a power grab in defiance of the rule of law, our security at greater risk, and suddenly a future without clarity. You know, we all have our personal difficulties and times when it's tough to feel grateful, but this seriously transcends the regular collective norm. This is the shakeup of a lifetime, more direct and personal for some, and for others still a little bit more at a distance. But when it becomes too much, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what am I grateful for right now in this moment? Then reflect on it. Even make a list if you need to, bringing yourself back to the here and now. You know, I focused on what I was thankful for in an effort to sleep last night. I had kind of a rough night, and couldn't go to sleep. So I started just thinking about positive things, and I was starting to drift off. And then my mind immediately went to my granddaughters when they were little, and I was staying with them for a while, and I was thinking of all our funny times together. And then I remember this one time when Linnea, my youngest, was only about 2, and she got hold of some pink paint and painted the dog's face pink. And I started to smile so big that it woke me up. You know, grateful thoughts can even help one go to sleep, but don't get too carried away and laugh yourself awake. When things are rough, and even when they're not, we can pause and remember our blessings. What about when we may be losing some of our blessings that we've had for many years, even for our entire lives, like democratic freedoms, for example? How does one feel grateful when on the verge of possible loss of something so precious to us? And I'll come back to that in just a little bit. But we are in the midst of a battle between what we would call patriarchy and the goddess, it seems. Some of this description is inspired by spiritual theologian Matthew Fox, who is in his true activist mode at present, speaking out a lot quite forcefully. But patriarchy, I said this a few weeks ago, is the fear of the chaos of the goddess, the chaos and the creative birthing of the goddess. Patriarchy is a philosophy, an attitude toward life, a matrix in which we find ourselves. Criticizing patriarchy is not criticizing men in any fashion. Only those people who choose to live its values and profit from it, which can include men or women. Patriarchy is a worldview, a system based on control, power over, and being number one. Patriarchy's motto is, I win, you lose. It serves the interest of empire and is all about dualism, control, and the reptilian brain. Because it dominates our souls, it dominates our institutions and our world. And yes, that view is killing the planet and the mother principle in all of us, if we let it. The mother principle includes our powers for relationship and for compassion. There's a story, a true story, about a whale who got caught in fishermen ropes in San Francisco Bay. And that whale was flailing around, and in doing so, the ropes kept getting tighter and binding tighter. And finally, 5 men in wetsuits with machetes swam out and circled the whale. And one got right up near the front and could see that the rope had cut through the whale's mouth. And he looked right into the whale's eye, and he just felt this powerful connection. And after a time, the men finally were able to cut the ropes and free the whale. And when they did set it free, it swam in 3 giant circles around them. And then it came and it nudged each of those 5 men. Sorry. Anyway, it was because of the humans that the whale was trapped in the first place, and because of humans who had enough courage and caring that the whale was released. The whale knew and was expressing its kinship with our species. And all of us have to reconnect to our kinship with more than humans, the finned ones, the winged ones, the tree people, the rock people, the cloud people. What made the operation successful was 2 things: caring and compassion on the part of these men, and courage. Compassion and courage. Also, the divine feminine was present. Compassion in ancient languages means womb, and the womb people, the mammals, are especially gifted in compassion and kinship. Fox said that one of our great needs in our time is to tame the reptilian brain, which is 420 million years old in all of us and very dominant. It's controlling the earth, controlling economics, controlling education, controlling politics, and controlling a lot of religion and more. So we have to tame the reptilian brain in order to release the mammal brain, which is compassion, which is half as old, 210 million years. Well, every spiritual leader throughout time has been and is calling us to compassion. And compassion is part of the energy of the divine feminine, the goddess. Along with courage, compassion enlarges the heart. We can fall in love more often to build courage and compassion. Fall in love with the whales, the trees, the oceans, the animals, the people, the earth, the galaxies. An activist in a somewhat scary situation said, "I believe in what we are doing. I'm proud to be here. I'm glad to do it. And what happens will happen." That's courage. We have to be convinced about the importance of something and also avoid getting overwhelmed by the future and what is not yet. We ground ourselves in the values of the present. Fox says one of the ways we calm the reptilian brain is through meditation. He said, reptiles like solitude, and they love to rest in the sun, so we need to say, nice crocodile, and lure it into calmness through meditation. So meditation has now become a necessity for us, and also the help of the divine feminine returning with all of her power and compassion, and creating a new balance between the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine, men and women together as spiritual warriors. So Mother God invites us to focus on nurturing, compassion, tenderness, and on the future of the world's children. and yet she has a fiercely protective side. She will be totally loving, but she can be fierce as Mother Bear when it comes to protecting her children, the world's environment, and the beauty of creation. So we are all called to that Mother Bear energy at this time, in addition to that of loving compassion. So holding both and expressing each as needed is our balancing act. So a preacher put this question to a class of children. He said, if all the bad people in the world were red and all the good people in the world were green, what color would you be? And the little girl thought deeply for a moment, and then she said, preacher, I'd be streaky. Streaky. Well, back to the question I asked earlier, how do we feel grateful in the midst of this possible loss? For a moment, close your eyes and think of 5 specific things in your life that you are grateful for right now, today. Okay, you probably have 5 by now. You can open your eyes. Anyone willing to share 1 or 2? Just call them out. Take turns, but call them out. I'll repeat them. Friends.
White fluffy snow.
White fluffy snow. I'm going to repeat them for our Zoom people. What else? I'm sorry?
Or home,
Oh, home.
family,
Family.
children, food,
Children. Food.
health,
Health.
running water,
Running water.
eggs,
Eggs. Yes, eggs.
heating fuel,
I'm sorry.
heating fuel,
Healing fuel. Oh, heating fuel. Sorry. Okay.
on Friday.
Right.
That's nice when it's cold like this. Warm water,
Water. Wendy.
this church.
This church. Well, perhaps you thought of friends, spouse or partner, family, your work in the world. Maybe you thought of children or the beauty that you see in nature each day, the wonders of creation, your pet, your favorite tree, the sun which keeps us warm. You may have thought, we did think of this wonderful spiritual community. Hopefully you thought of yourself, your life, your amazing sense of smell and touch and sight, taste, and sound, your ability to think and be creative. The list can go on and on and on. Gratitude is one of the most passionate, transformative forces in the cosmos. It comes from love, and it's the natural expression of a loving heart. And it's the most powerful magnet for attracting our good, and everything responds to gratitude. When we walk through life with complaints and gripes and resentment, it's like symbolically walking around with our fists closed. And closed fists aren't open to receive, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't feel our feelings now and even be outraged. We should. Even enough to take what actions we can. But then we bring ourselves back to gratitude in the here and now. Living with gratitude as our focus is symbolically like we're walking through life with our hands open. In fact, with our arms wide open. Open arms and hands symbolize that we are ready to receive more from life. How can we feel gratitude, though, when we feel stuck or down or super stressed or depressed? We can pause and look for the good, for the blessing in the person, the situation, or whatever it is. You know, in Unity, we call it practicing the presence, or practicing the presence of God. We look for the blessing and the good in all things. Now, some things are not blessings of themselves, quite the opposite, in fact, but we look for the blessing in all things. So even if we don't see it at first, for example, becoming ill is not a blessing, but somewhere there is a blessing in it. It does not make sense to be thankful for harmful or terrible things, but we're giving thanks in all things. So we take time in the midst of things to find the blessing, the good. And sometimes it takes a while. Wherever we find good, though, we find God. For example, amidst a physical ailment or an injury, instead of merely bemoaning our bad luck, we pause and feel gratitude that we're alive. In the middle of a financial crisis, we pause and give thanks for the fact that we have a roof over our head. Or perhaps a new door is opening. In the midst of a hostile takeover of our country, we can pause and remember how many people love and will stand up for freedom. We give thanks for the rule of law, which still exists, and we give thanks for the present moment. Here are a few humorous quotes about gratitude. There's always something to be thankful for. If you can't pay your bills, you can be thankful you're not one of your creditors. Someone said, I'm thankful for the person who invented autocorrect. Another said, gratitude is when your coffee sees you and you see it right back. An anonymous writer said, there's one thing for which you should be abundantly grateful. Only you and God have all the facts about yourself. One woman said, I'm grateful for my cat who keeps me wildly entertained by her obvious belief that she is queen of the world. And another person said, I'm grateful for my dog who listens to all my problems without offering any unsolicited advice. Truly a therapist in fur. When we are attuned to gratitude, we come to know that we are constantly blessed by an abundant universe. How do we remember to stay grateful? Well, Jack Canfield suggests carrying a small token, like a stone or a crystal or some special object, and putting it in your pocket or maybe your purse if you carry one. And then each day when you go to get your phone or your money or whatever it is that causes you to reach in, then take note of that object. And it reminds us to be grateful. It reminds us in that moment. And so it's good to have a tangible reminder sometime. And we can take a moment to breathe and really feel the emotion of gratitude. This simple mindfulness technique helps to raise our vibrational frequency and keep us in a state of more constant gratitude. Chris Gentry speaks of a simple practice that can have a profound impact, and you can commit to it daily for an amount of time, say 30, 60, or 90 days. And there can be more of a sea change if you're committed rather than sporadic. So it's suggested you use a journal or a notebook, and when you wake up in the morning, make a list of at least 5 things you're genuinely grateful for. And these may be simple things like we just said. And you may want to add experiences you remember, like people who have impacted you, books or songs or movies you love, things you've noticed in nature, spiritual community, or anything else that comes to mind. And then be sure to list the things you genuinely feel grateful for, not just things you think you should. And if something touches your heart, put it on the list. If someone brings a smile to your face, put them on the list. And you can repeat some of the items day to day, or you can try to find new ones. And at the end of each week, take a moment to see if you notice any changes in your attitude, your experiences, your outcomes. If you want to turbocharge this, there's a second part you can do. At night, just before you go to bed, go over your day in your mind and then add to your list. This way, you begin with gratitude when you wake up, and then you frame your day at night, start to finish, with gratitude. You can even fall asleep at night thinking of things to be grateful for. Starting and ending your day in gratitude is a profound way to live. It can be a key to increasing success in every area of your life. So let us spend more time focusing on abundance rather than lack, on truth rather than falsehood, on action rather than complacency, on compassion rather than cruelty, on the goddess rather than patriarchy. And no matter what, continue to know that you are always blessed and you are always a blessing. Thank you. And there's Judy, our missing musician today.
When I was a child, each week on Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest, and he would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. And when I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad, miracles don't happen still, but now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the questioning thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water wasn't rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips, but now I gotta hold my breath, 'cause I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. Well, that'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church went out, how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now.
Thanks to Judy for that wonderful song. I like that part of the verse about the red-winged bird singing. I come from northern Minnesota, and there was a pond right outside next to our house, and all summer long we'd listen to the thrill of the red-winged blackbird. It's just all of a sudden here I am down here in the city in the middle of the winter thinking about that moment. And I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for Reverend Kathy's message about gratitude as well. I especially like the image of the mother bear, that nurturing power of the goddess that's so strong. I'll carry that thought with me through the day. So now is the time for our to bless our offering. So, if you join me. Well, first of all, I should mention that if you want to make a donation, you can go online. You can take your phone to use this URL here and find our donate button. In other words, just go to the website and find the donate button. There's a basket at the entrance to the sanctuary. And if you have a cash donation or a check or something, you can put it in that basket. So now let's bless the offering. Divine love flowing through me now blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
We don't have the words on the screen, but we will do God is the source. Those that you know it, sing loud for those that don't, please.
Now we have some announcements. The prayer chaplain once again today is Wendy Erickson. There's a phone number, but she's right here, so make sure you talk to her. And we have a healing facilitator, our musician, Nancy. We'll have you get a 15-minute session with her over here. That you can sign up by the Bubbling Buddha. There's a little pad where you can put your name on a list. There will be a 15 minutes after the service, there's going to be our annual meeting here. And after that, there will be a potato, see, what's it say here again? Potato bar. Prepared by Christine. So there's a separate link. This Sunday services, or this annual meeting is also going to be on Zoom. But that's a separate link. So if you're on the website, you'll want to go to unitynorthmn.org/annual meeting. On Sunday, March 23rd, after service, there's going to be a Heart Math Simplified, a healing gathering, and that'll last about an hour. It starts at 12:15, which will give some time for social time between the service and the healing gathering. It'll be in person right here with the healing team. Experience an effective technique to help with personal stress relief and greater hope and optimism. And heart math has to do with connecting your mind with your heart. So it should be a very good event. Some of the positive effects of heart math have been increased resilience, social fulfillment, and improved immune system. So join us for that informative healing experience and a bit of lighthearted fun. Family tables on Thursday, February 27th. You can contact Kathleen to help. There's her number as well. Are you getting Kathleen?
Yes.
Oh, good. We had some technical issues this morning, so I didn't have a chance to go ask Kathleen if she wanted to come up and entertain us for a while. She's very entertaining. So she'll be here in a minute. Meanwhile, I can start a little bit about Carol Niskern's class on Monday, March 3rd to 24th. It's a 4-week class. It'll be 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here at this location, in person. So while in fact religion changes and transforms over time, the changes in Christianity have been alarming. This particular redefinition began in this country 50 plus years ago. We will spend time at the class tracing history, beliefs, and motives, and compare and contrast them with the teachings from the Gospels. We will explore the repercussions of this alternative Christianity as it plays out in churches, politics, and everyday life. Finally, we will ask, now what? The book that goes with this class is not required, but the book, just to give you an idea what the class is probably going to be quite a bit about, is The Religion of Whiteness, How Racism Distorts Christian Faith, by Michael O. Emerson and Glenn E. Bracey. You can go unitynorthmn.org. Did Jesus Change His Mind? And there's also a link to purchase the book. Kathleen is obviously involved back there with some children, which is a wonderful thing, so I will just continue to read the other events coming up. There's going to be a movie night for adults called Kardec, and that'll be on Friday, February 28th at 7 p.m., also right here in this room. And you'll be looking at that screen to watch the movie. And it'll be $5 suggested to watch the movie, and also a love offering for snacks. Kardec is based on the true inspirational story of Hippolyte Léon Denisard Reville. Wow, and I thought I knew French. Who went by the pen name Allan Kardec, no wonder. Professor in 19th century France, he attended a seance and moved to write a set of books on Spiritism, becoming founder and leader of the Spiritist movement. He prevailed when his spiritual beliefs about the afterlife and the universe put him in direct conflict with church authorities. This is a great film for Unity students, which is all of us, as we do not always realize the persistent efforts of those who went before us with similar beliefs, paving the way for greater acceptance in the collective consciousness. How many of you here have seen a bear? Oh, quite a few. Yeah, I got up and close and personal with one time when I was going through the Red Lake Indian Reservation on Highway 1, and there was about a yearling running alongside the shoulder of the road. And I wasn't driving, so the fellow was driving the car. I said, just pull up alongside this bear and slow down. So he did, and I rolled down the window, and I was about from here to that green plant, to this yearling ambling along. I decided that was enough disturbance for him.
I had a new car for 3 days, and I was driving down a road down in,
Bear country?
no, it was down south.
Oh.
Gatlinburg and down in that area.
Oh, Tennessee?
Yeah, Tail of the Dragon. And the bear came right up to my car, 3 days old, my car, and put his hands on the mirror and rubbed his snout on the window just looking for food and everything. And I'm just going, oh my gosh, 3 days, and I'm gonna have a scratch car. No, nothing happened.
Sounds like the goddess was bringing you a message.
Well, we were appreciating and gratitude at seeing a wild animal.
Well, of course, yeah. That's closer than I got, and I can understand a little trepidation there. More bear stories. There's got to be some more. I was going up Mount Rainier, and there was all of a sudden all these people pulling up alongside this mountain trail or mountain highway going up to the top of Mount Rainier. And so we got out to see what everybody was looking at. And there across the way, it looked like a quarter mile away or something, there was a black bear. And everybody was looking at it. And there was one of those game wardens, or that's not what it's called, the park ranger. And my friend I was with had a pair of binoculars, so he gets his binoculars out and he's looking at the bear. And the park ranger comes up and says, "Could I look at your binoculars too?" And he said, "Sure." So we asked her, "So how often do you see black bears here on Mount Rainier?" And she said, "This is my first one." And I was thinking how grateful we are that we're in Minnesota where we can see black bears with some more frequency than that.
We have one that crosses our road in the house and comes in our yard. Well, we don't have it, but she comes around.
Okay, and yes, go ahead.
We had a bear in our backyard, and it had gone all, lived on a little lake, and it came all around the lake, decided to kind of hang out there, and my neighbor has little children, so I told him, Jerry, did you know we had a bear in the backyard? He said, oh, that's great. I said, Jerry, you have little children. Didn't bother him, but
Yeah, I
I
don't.
would go outside after that for a while. I would take a whistle with me just in case.
Right, right.
Well, I don't think Kathleen's coming.
I don't think she's coming either. So at this time, we'll do the affirmation prayer. Please join me. We are centered in love. We practice loving thoughts and action. We see our world filled with love, and we are loving and lovable. And now Reverend Kathy will lead us in prayer for protection.
Thank you, Noel. I just want to thank everybody. Thank you for our musicians, our various musicians today. Thank you, Nancy, for stepping in. Thank you to Karen and Daniel and Judy. We hope she's well. And special thank you to Chris for his wonderful technical ability that allowed us to do all the songs today. Thank you, Chris. And thank you to Noel. You always do a fabulous job. So let's see. There was one other thing I was going to say, but it's gone. Anyway, when you leave and go out for the break before, this is for those who are visiting today. Generally, we go right into the social hall, have snacks. It's a little different day because of our annual meeting. So anyway, you'll go out, take a break, 15 minutes. I think there's some granola bars to hold you and so forth. And then come back in at 1:45, or maybe 10:45 by now, 10:45, and sign in before you come in, because we have to sign everybody in. And then the people who come online too will use that different link. So we'll see you for the annual meeting too. And with that, I invite you to stand for a prayer for protection. Together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now our peace song.